They've rejected the presidential pardon granted to the Ogoni Nine by President between and pardon. Well, I'll have to talk to you now. Mike is does granting clemency to people 75 people, about 30% of that, which is 50 related offense, some for illegal mining, some for homicide, murder, culpable, fraud, corruption, crime, treason, and other offenses.
Any crime. It's like they never committed any crime at all. That's why I said committee on the before it conclusions. I give the food to the Ogoni. Yes, thank you.
Sam, let me the presidential pardon. When you the presidential pardon, for me, yes, the prerogative of the president, but for me, it's very political.
How so?
Yes. Yeah, let me tell you. You remember that person that kidnapped Ozekume? Is also among the person that were given a presidential pardon. And if you look at the Ogoni now, Saro Wiwa is not supposed to be pardoned. What offense Saro Wiwa committed? Saro Wiwa does not commit any offense. He only agitated for his own right. And because of military administration, they just use military panel and just do whatever they feel like doing. And right now, the president is trying to play the oil politics. If you are playing the oil politics, why can't you come out outright to say, look, this XYZ from Ogoni, they did not commit any offense. So as such, whatever that was knelt on them, please, it was a mistake from the federal government. We sincerely apologize. Why can't the federal government come out outright? And also look at the yearning of the Ogoni and implement it squarely. Because they are agitating for state, they are agitating for some oil autonomous, which has not been given to them. Even the Ogoni boss has not been released to them. And all this presidential pardon, if you look at some hardened criminal, is also being pardoned. So I feel that these people, why they are doing all these things, is to get the favor of their children or from their state, so that come 2027, these are people that they are going to use to do the dirty work. Because these people are, some of them that are living, has already been in jail, and they will come out to do one or two things. They will say, oh, it's so done then. These are the people that does it. And
thank you, Braid. I have to move on now.
Also, still give them presidential pardon.
Okay,
so
thank you very much.
It's very political.
Promise calls from Rumo Dumaya. Hello, Promise. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my brother Sam.
Good evening.
Yes, I don't know what is wrong with having pardon on people. I don't see anything wrong, or he needs to. I don't know why Atiku will be seeing it as a different thing. If it had to be his family member that they gave that pardon, won't be happy. When he was a vice president, how many persons did he pardon? Now it has come to Tinubu because it is Tinubu. You are angry. If it were to be my brother, should I be angry that they gave my brother or my sister a pardon? Who is above mistakes in this life? America does the same thing. Criminals that are very high, even high criminals in America, when they get hold of them and they discover that they have been sensitized and they have changed, they will make use of them positively. So I don't see anything wrong in it.
Okay. Lawson from Yenugua. Hello, Lawson. Good evening.
Sam, good evening. I greet your guest, the lawyer that is with you. I'm happy there is a lawyer here. Prerogative of pardon or mercy, whatever, is the right of the constitutional right of the president. The prison is whatever they call it today, correctional center, just as the name goes. It's a place where the people go and correct things they've done in the past. And when people have shown genuine repentance, they pardon them all over the world. This side is a committee that prepared that, just as the lawyer said, it's a committee that prepared it, headed by the Attorney General, and recommended it to the president for him to pardon. And then people just, I don't understand everything. I think this is not how they play politics. No wonder he has not been able to get anywhere. It's not everything you jump, you criticize, you jump, criticize.
Lawson, come on. Why would you attribute that to his statements? Say that's why he hasn't been able to go anywhere.
Because his statement was not even good. And the words he used, I don't like them.
Okay.
Atiku should know better. Atiku was with Obasanjo. Obasanjo was pardoning people.
Okay.
Atiku, even when they did a state of emergency, Atiku came and criticized. His own government, they did the state of emergency twice. In this country, Atiku did not come out to say anything.
Thank you, Lawson.
The case of the Ogoni 9, I don't call them Ogoni 9, I call them Ogoni 13 because everybody is important.
Okay.
If there's nothing, the lawyer is there. I expect him to say it.
All right. Thank you very much, Lawson. I'll take more calls. Hello. Pardon is easier for the government than exoneration, which comes with more responsibilities. If government exonerates the Ogoni 9, you can be sure there will be several lawsuits from the affected families for damages. Christian from Port Harcourt says. Okay. And this comment reads, in my submission, I think there should be an amendment to the prerogative of mercy. There's no way a murderer, drug baron sentenced to death is released in less than 10 years. No pardon should be given to life sentence that has served less than 20 years in prison. This is bad for our nation, Otis. Well, Otis, there's a reason it's called a prerogative, right? I'm almost certain. I'm sure Oguche would shed light on that that's not going to happen. There will be no amendment to that, but it's prerogative for a reason. I doubt if Mr. President knows all those he granted pardon. Granting drug offenders pardon is not a welcome development. Many innocent people are in prison for many years because of minor issues. For example, 2 fighting and land disputes. Thank God Ability Atuebu says. Mira from Okreka, good evening.
Thank you, Sammy. Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Okreka woman.
All right, go ahead.
For the fact that...
Hello? Mira, are you there? Hello? Okay, call back if you can. I can't hear you. Jude calls from Amuma. Hello, Jude.
Yes, Sam. My question to the lawyer.
Okay.
The Ogoni 9 that have been pardoned, and they're saying what they want is an exoneration. I think, and properly too, that those people were the 9, they were tried in a court of competent jurisdiction and found judgment or jailed wrongly, well, by putting them in jail. Can the president say that without these people going to a court again and appeal against the ruling of that court that puts the 9 in jail? Does the president, does he have the power to do what the court has done, to undo it?
Okay.
That's my question.
All right, I'll let my guest respond, but it's important to note that the court was from a different time. It was a special military tribunal established by the Abacha military government in 1995. Also, to give you context, we currently use the 1999 Constitution, and this happened before the Fourth Republic. So that might also give us a clearer picture. But over to you, Barrister Oguche. Sorry, Chief Oguche.
Yes, of course, the president cannot step into the shoes of the judiciary. It's not within his way to pay, but he has that prerogative to grant them pardon, clemency, which is also like a way of correcting the mistakes in the justice system, particularly if it is a pardon that is a full one. If it is a full pardon. That's why I say we have to make ascriptions to the report of the Presidential Committee on the Prerogative of Mercy before we draw conclusions. If it's a full pardon, it absolves them totally of the conviction and the trial and the sentence completely, like it never existed.
But beyond a full pardon, what other kind of pardon exists?
Yes, there's there are several. There's one commuting a sentence from death sentence to one of life imprisonment, reducing a sentence. These are within the ambit, the parameters of the exercise of the prerogative of mercy, the powers of the president to pardon. And somebody had talked about. You told me correct that prerogative, and that's the word. Yeah. But then that doesn't mean that there are no parameters that should be followed. If you look at the mechanism for granting of state of clemency, of pardon to persons in Oyo State, in Ogoni, in the state, Lagos State. I read the one of Lagos State, and I believe that the one for the federal government should be a little more elaborate. It has its own procedures. You must map out the persons that are targeted at that, because the president is not exercising that prerogative absolutely to himself. He's doing it on behalf of the persons of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So he must have the tag of a public conscience, that is acting a public conscience to the truth and correctness of what he's doing. That somebody who had committed a heinous crime, for him to receive pardon, there must be a check on his psychiatry. There must be his mental health.
Okay.
On the state of his remorse. You just don't wake up and say the person has shown remorse or his character in prison, because people could pretend. At the end of the day, you turn out most as a public space to have a vicious cycle of problems and worries and all manner of things.
Well, let's go back to the phone lines. Caleb calls from Owerri. Hello, Caleb. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Sam.
Thank you for said.
All right, I want to know the $3 million Farouk Lawal collected. Did he like? Because in the Bible, when you do money, you do what you call restitution. So the last answer, did he report the $3 million?
Caleb.
Number one.
Caleb, wait. Before you ask number two, between you and I, do you think I have the answer to that question? Be honest.
That is the thing now. So that's the problem. Pardon someone. So you are encouraging clients, go and steal. Just go, be pardoned. That is the problem. You are encouraging your boys to continue. Of course, in China, it's capital friends. You are not supposed to be in the society, because you want to make billions of naira within a particular time. So it doesn't make sense. Pardon those people. Rather than there for life.
Yeah, but the person doing time is already, like with secondary school, serving punishment for the crime, right? You stole for stealing, meaning he was already doing time. Means the money was either returned or not returned. Regardless of the pardon, he was already serving time. So this pardon, I think, is going to bring up returning that money.
Allow them to suffer for that.
So, well,
then
we don't operate by the Bible as a nation. We operate via the Constitution.
But then Sam, I think that in exercising that prerogative, the Nigerian brand has been a little bit arbitrary. We were all here with the former president Muhammad Buhari pardoned two ex-governors of state who dipped their hands in the public till. They were not even up to 2 or 3 years in prison that they were pardoned. A lot of these people that received pardon from Tinubu had not been there for up to...
Many have not served up to 10 years.
People have served years, up to 50, 60, and a couple. I know one very elderly man. I know a woman who is virtually living in premises with her family for over decades. And so what we have for eligibility, what are the conditionalities? So we must set out the parameters and not leave only at the discretion of the executive or the governor.
BOB calls from... Hello, BOB. Thanks for staying there. Good evening.
And drink your best.
Oh, BOB. Oh my, I'm so sorry, BOB. I can't hear you.
There's no clarity.
Yes, I couldn't hear you at all. All right, I'll get back to the phone lines. Let's do justice to messages. Greetings, Sam. I doubt if Mr. President knows all those he granted. Okay, that's from Thank God. Good day, Mr. Sam. I'm very pleased with the family of the late Ogoni leader, Saro Wiwa, for rejecting the insult on the Ogoni people in the name of presidential pardon. What Ken and his co-comrades deserve is exoneration, not pardon. They committed no crime. It's a shame that some Ogoni political merchants are celebrating this insult by Tinubu's government. As the so-called presidential pardon, I think the action lends credence to the accusation that the president... Oh, come on, fine mind. The excuse given, of course, you can tell I'm skipping that paragraph. The excuse given for the pardon of the woman who killed her husband also doesn't add up for me. Is she the only female convict with children? Is that enough reason? Tinubu would never fail to disparage the office of the presidency. I feel so ashamed. Okay, fine mind. Before now, Mr. President has been accused of drug-related cases. It is wrong for him to grant pardon to drug traffickers. Our objections cannot change in the mind of the president. He's ruling Nigeria like his private family. God will judge. Jackson from Iba says. Tinubu have just demonstrated the part of the national anthem that says, "In brotherhood we stand." he should scrap NDLEA and possibly the judiciary because it's frustrating their efforts.
That's taking it to the extreme. Taking it to the extreme. And that's why we are saying there should be some caution in some of these activities of state.
Good afternoon, Sam. My take is that the federal government wants to explore oil on Ogoni land, and if that is the federal government's intention,